So, listen up, because what I'm about to share with you is easily the hottest middle market deal origination opportunity in 2025. And this might be the difference between you closing 0 deals next year or having the biggest year. Unfortunately, I'm not exaggerating. If you don't know me already, my name is Alex. I started a capital advisory firm at 22. The team and I at Savvy have raised over $400 million in capital. And on this channel, I help agency owners, sales professionals, and financial professionals start and scale capital advisory firms to $1 million per month. You see, right now, we're witnessing something I've never seen in my years of investment banking. There are sectors where investors are literally begging to deploy their capital, while everyone else is still doing the same tired manufacturing, retail, energy, and traditional service deals that have been picked clean. I just closed 3 deals in the last 90 days, all in sectors that nobody is talking about. And here's the crazy part. The sellers came to us. We didn't have to originate them. They sought us out because we were one of the only firms actually paying attention to where the real opportunity is. But here's what's going to happen in the coming year or two. Everyone's going to wake up to these sectors, and suddenly you'll be competing with 20 other bankers for every single deal. Not to mention the big guys. The multiples will shoot up, the sellers will get picky, and that window of opportunity will slam shut. Now, before I dive into the specific sectors, let me paint you a picture of what's happening out there right now. Most capital advisors are stuck in the old playbook. They're cold calling the same manufacturing companies, retail businesses, and traditional service companies that have been beaten to death by every banker in America for the last decade. And here's the thing, those sectors aren't necessarily bad, but the competition is absolutely brutal. You've got 15 other firms pitching the same deal. Valuations are compressed because there's no scarcity, and sellers are getting more sophisticated by the day. But while everyone's fighting over scraps in these oversaturated markets, there are other sectors experiencing massive tailwinds that 95% of bankers are completely ignoring. And I'm talking about sectors where businesses are growing 30% year over year, where buyers are paying premium multiples because there's actual scarcity of quality deals, and where the deal flow is so consistent that once you crack the code, you literally have more opportunity than you can handle. Before we dive in, I started a free training on how I started a capital advisory firm at the age of 22 and scaled into mid-7 figures. If you're interested in this video, I'm sure you're going to get value from that one. So once you're done watching this video, go watch that one. I'll leave the link in the description. So let me break down the 3 hottest sectors for 2025. Number 1, healthcare services and healthcare tech. Now, I know what you're thinking. Alex, everyone knows healthcare is hot. But here's what they don't know. There are specific sub-niches within healthcare that are absolutely exploding right now, and most bankers won't touch them. I'm talking about home health services, behavioral health platforms, and healthcare workforce solutions. Let me give you a real example. Take behavioral health platforms. In 2020, the average multiple for a mid-sized outpatient clinic was maybe 6 to 7 EBITDA. Today, tech-enabled behavioral health roll-ups are trading at 12 to 15x, sometimes even higher, because demand for mental health access is outpacing provider supply. Investors who bought into Talkspace early rode it to a $1.5 billion IPO. And these guys know that. Why are these deals so hot though? You see, post-COVID, everyone realized that keeping people out of hospitals isn't just better for patients, it's massively more cost effective. Private equity groups are throwing money at everything that can prove consistent patient outcomes while reducing actual in-house patient costs. But here's the kicker. Most bankers won't touch these deals because they think healthcare is too regulated, too complicated, or just too picked out. Meanwhile, firms like ours are closing deals left and right because we took the time to understand the regulatory landscape and build relationships with healthcare-focused buyers. The opportunity in healthcare services alone could keep you busy for the next 2 years. So sector number 2, essential business services. And I'm not talking about generic consulting or marketing agencies that everyone's already chasing. I'm talking about businesses that have become absolutely critical infrastructure for how other companies operate. Take cybersecurity services. 10 years ago, only Fortune 500s paid retainers for breach prevention. Now, mid-market companies are spending 6 and 7 figures annually just to meet insurance and compliance standards. Firms like Arctic Wolf scaled from $50 million in revenue to multi-billion-dollar valuations by turning managed detection into a subscription. So what makes this the second hottest sector for deal origination? It's honestly pretty simple. These businesses have sticky, non-discretionary revenue and fragmented regional operators. It means that this business is non-discretionary, i.e., because of insurance and compliance reasons, businesses have to have these types of businesses involved in their business. Moreover, it's extremely sticky. You're not going to change providers in this industry because it'd be so much of a headache. It's like getting HubSpot. You're never going to switch off of HubSpot to Salesforce because it would be a nightmare. Lastly, they have fragmented regional operators. This means that there's no one consolidated source of power, meaning there's a ton of these guys available globally as well as domestically within the US, and so you can pick these guys up one by one and roll them up. And that means that private equity is rolling up local IT security firms into national platforms. They are consolidating the platforms themselves. And bankers who can surface those deals are getting paid first. The reason these deals are so hot right now is simple. Every business got a wake-up call over the last few years about operational risk. Whether it's cyber threats, supply chain distribution, or regulatory changes, companies are willing to pay premiums for services that reduce their existential risk. And the beautiful part? These businesses often have predictable revenue models, super high switching costs, and strong defensive moats, everything buyers love and will pay premium multiples for. Even though this is the case, most bankers are still focused on traditional manufacturing, energy deals, and retail while completely missing these essential service businesses that are trading at software-like multiples. The third sector, and this one, personally, it's my favorite, is infrastructure and logistics support services. And we actually have a client like this right now. Now, I'm not talking about massive infrastructure projects that require government approvals and take years to develop. I'm talking about businesses that support America's infrastructure boom, specialized construction services, logistics technologies, transportation services, and facilities management. Take specialized construction services. When the infrastructure bill passed, everyone focused on the multi-billion-dollar projects. What most missed is that those projects can't move without niche subcontractors, traffic control companies, utility locators, concrete repair specialists. A $30 million revenue traffic management firm in Texas just sold for 11x EBITDA because private equity knows every major contractor is desperate for capacity. This is why infrastructure support is my favorite sector for deal origination. Demand is guaranteed, margins are widening under backlog pressure, and regional operators are once again fragmented. Exactly the recipe for consolidation plays that pay. Now, why such high multiples? Because these companies are perfectly positioned for the massive infrastructure investments happening across America. 5G rollouts, broadband expansion, data center construction, smart city initiative. All of this requires specialized contractors and service providers who actually know what they're doing and are domestically located. That's the opportunity right there. While everyone's chasing the same tired manufacturing deals, there's an entire ecosystem of infrastructure-related businesses that are experiencing massive tailwinds and getting premium valuations because there's actual scarcity. So that's it for the hottest middle market deal origination opportunities in 2025. If you want to learn more about building a capital advisory practice that consistently closes deals in those high growth sectors, I break down my entire system in my free training. The link is in the description below. And as always, if you got value from this video, make sure to subscribe because I share deal origination strategies like this every single week. Now, go pick your sector and get to work. I'll see you in the next video.